Hello, I am doing, I did this look earlier. I did take off the lip because I was eating pasta. I don't care what they say about lipsticks. If you eating pasta, it's gonna move. So I took it off, but we're gonna put it back on. I did this look as a members request look. If you're curious about membership perks, click join. It will not automatically join you. It'll show you the perks. And then if they appeal to you, we would love to have you join the channel membership. So it was for a Valentine's Day look. And this is the lip we had on, and this is the lip liner we used. So we're going to put this back on, and we're going to build on this for the Creative Art with Heart collab, which is, the prompt is transformation. So something that transforms seasons, yourself, something within yourself that has healed over time. And so I am a very literal person. And so I saw a picture, and it's the way they did the graphics and the way they did the lines on the face, it looks like a blurred face. And I started thinking, like, sometimes we are duplicitous. Like, sometimes we're one way, other times we're another way, or God forbid we change, and then whoever's been around you for a while, they're like, I don't know who you are right now. Well, if you changed, of course they don't, especially if they didn't change or grow either. So, well, not to say either, but if they didn't grow or change or evolve along with you, yeah, they're not going to know the new you, which is who you really are. And y'all know I am an advocate for being your authentic self, whoever that is in that moment. And as you change, just be true to yourself at whatever stage you're at. So that's what I was thinking about. And I am looking at the picture, and it's really, it's simple, but y'all know troll play looks, even when they look simple, like the Gene Simmons look, even though something that simple, it was only 2 colors. Was it 3? I know it was gray and white, and I think we put a black. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But even something that looks so simple can be complicated to do, and not even complicated. It can be tedious and time consuming. That's what I'm saying. So we're going to reapply Night Moth. So that's what this look is for. When I do these Creative Art or Heart collabs, I do always link Leah's Instagram in my description box, so that way you can check her out. And it's an open collab, so anybody's free to join. I'm not sure, but I'm the only one I know of that does videos of the looks, and not to say that other people don't, but if they do, I'm just not aware to follow them here on YouTube. But if you are on Instagram, do check out her channel. She does amazing looks, and I've met some phenomenal content creators over there. I mentioned Mirror a few times already. They asked me to collab with them, and I was so excited because, like, I just do what I do, right? And I am enthralled with the creations that they do. They do different shapes, different colors, different designs, and it's seldom a look like this. And so I'm always just like, oh my gosh. And I didn't even think about it as much as I admire their pictures. But when they messaged me to collab, I was like, oh my God, they want to collab with me? Little old me? What? And so it's just something how, you connect with someone, whether they know it or not. Because I didn't know that they were a fan of my work. Like, we like each other's stuff, but, people like each other's stuff. You know what I mean? So I didn't think much of it. And so we started chatting since we're working on this collab now. And, they're like, oh, I love that you do this, and I love that you do that. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, ooh. But it's exciting. We did agree on a theme. Well, they gave a theme because I couldn't think of anything. And so with the theme, they presented 2 options. I chose one, and then I looked up pictures, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. And we're going to choose each other's look based on either the pictures I sent, which I think I sent like 16, or another picture that they find. But because I thought this would be a little bit more exciting if we choose a picture for the other person. Because when you choose a picture for yourself, it may be a situation of Okay, well, I know I can rock this. I'm going to do it. And y'all know I do challenge myself with troll play looks. And some members requested a troll play looks. But to have somebody else choose something for you, it's just like, oh, shit. I do curse. I didn't do the intro. Are you going to do the intro? No. Okay, they are already here. So you want to see, I will tag this look down below. It was a live stream we did on the 4th. It's almost midnight. Actually, I think it did just cross. It is midnight, so it's officially now February 5th. And I was thinking I wanted to get this collab done. And, you know, I was thinking about transformations and all of that. So here we are. So we do have on, excuse me, y'all. We do have on Watermelon Bliss. We're going to put some more of this. You know what? We're going to do a Side Sky too. So this is very much, I don't want to say off the cuff because I am looking at a picture for inspiration, but off the cuff as far as we're going to do this right now. So this is a Side Sky. This is Watermelon Bliss. And I'm thinking to take Watermelon Bliss. No, let's take a Side Sky first. And we're going to, because looking at the picture is blue and red, but we're going to do red and purple because we're going to just build off of what we already have. And so this look in and of itself is a transformation. So we're transforming what we already have into something else, which is to symbolize how sometimes we do change. We start out as one thing in life, which we do. We start out as babies and then we grow, we evolve, we learn things. Hopefully we get smarter as we get older, you know, that type of thing. And so I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. And this will be for that collab. Because I was really struggling, honestly, with what to do. And I wanted to do something, number one, that's going to challenge me to do a different type of look, right? But I didn't quite know how. I was having trouble trying to figure out like how to execute it. And I kept coming back to this picture and I was just like, and so I was sitting there, I just watched Creep on Netflix, and Creep 2 is also on Netflix. And I said, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it, get it done. So that's what we're doing. So now we're going to take Watermelon Bliss, which is a more bold red. The Side Sky is described as a berry purple. I'm showing you, like you can see. Hi, my name is Dion. I'm a label whore. So this says berry purple right here. This says universal red down here, PAO. And when I opened it, yeah, I label stuff. I'm a very organized person. There are times when I'm just like, fuck it. You know, just them days. So we're doing this just to create a gradient just across here and a little gradient here. We're going to leave it sharp because the lines in this are sharp. And so this is giving us some gradient, but we're not going to lose that line. This side looks blended. So now do I need to blend the other side? Also, we're going to take Fire Opal. It's described as yellow orange. It is a highlighter, and all three of these are like house labs. We're going to use the same brush, and we're just going to just give this a little bit of shine. So I am excited about this. I'm always excited for the collabs. I missed at least one. I think I might have missed two of them. And the monochromatic months collab, I'm looking at the colors, and I think for this week it's like tan, brown, and something, and I'm like, I am a very light tan. So I'm like, I don't know I could do a brown look, I guess. But and for that collab, it's a 2-week time period. I like this already. So yeah, we are literally transforming. This is going to be fun. And the picture is very graphic in the sense that if I am able to do this, and it's usually not my goal to look like the picture, but if I do get something similar to that, or at least where you can be like, oh yeah, I see it, then I will post it. If not, then I won't, because I do like to make stuff my own. And so even if I have a picture, it's just like, girl, girl. We have here number 79 from Inglot, which is a red. So we're primarily just going to be using both of these. And this one is a purple. This is number 75. Did I say this number right? Yeah. 79 is the red one, and 75 is the purple. Don't let the crack fool you. They're still creamy, especially the white one. That's the creamiest one, and it gets away from me very easily because it is so friggin' creamy. I thought I saw a gap there, but that's just the lighting. I look toasty. I want to do stuff here, but because of my shirt, I'm not, because I don't want to get makeup on my clothes. Because it might stain. So what we're gonna do our brows first. We have two of these. I believe these came with the makeup kit. I laugh every time I think about it because Janessa had commented something like, what did she say? What is it with that white label BS or something she said? It was more than obvious that the stuff was white label, which is not, it's not a problem with white label stuff. It's really not. But it was just like, are they kidding somebody? Like some of this stuff, they didn't even have sense to put the name of the academy on it. So we're going to do the red. I'm hoping these don't bleed because the brows are in red, and then it's an overlay for part of it with the purple. And as I do this, you'll see what I mean about how it looks like it's two faces, but it's just one. It's like there's a shift or a glitch in the matrix type of thing or something. And when I first saw this picture, I forget where I saw it, I was like, ooh. And so, and I knew when I first saw it that I wanted to do something like it. And this side is rounded, this side is not. We're not going to make a big deal out of it because some of it is going to get covered up. I hope that these colors don't bleed or run together. That's what I'm hoping. Her feathers, her eyebrows are very feathered, but y'all know I barely have brows, and I do keep them tamed, and so they're only going to do but so much unless I draw on like little tiny hairs. A collab I did with Janessa, was it a collab or just a dual live? We did each other's aesthetic, and she like drew little hairs. I don't even remember what she used, but and it looked like real brow hair, and I was just like, damn. So that might not be her brow hair in this picture, but this is going to be fun. This this is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun because it is just kind of just do what you will. And y'all know I do like just doing stuff. I meant to put the brush sideways and not flat so that it would be a thinner line, but you know, we already done did it. So, and y'all know what? We don't scrap looks here. We do not. No. No way. No way, no how. And I will say that is something that I allow to annoy me, and I need to let it go, is when I'm watching videos and they're like, oh, I started doing this look and I didn't like it and I wiped it off. I'm like, so what are you learning? You're just learning to keep quitting. You know, we double down here. We double down, quadruple down, however many downs we need to do until we get a look that we like. You know what I'm saying? Because it's fixable. And like it's only makeup. So like don't, you know, take yourself too seriously. Yes, we want to have looks that we like. But is it the end of the world if we don't? You know what I'm saying? Either way, we can learn something, I think. I tell people you're going to learn 3 things. 1, you're going to learn never, ever, 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 ever do that shit again. Or you're going to learn, you know what? I like it. If I did it again, I would tweak it. Or we'll learn, number 3, that wow, like I really like this look. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to learn something if you allow yourself. If you always just give up and start over, you're not learning. You're just learning how to quit. And who's to say, I don't want to put this red under my eye. You know what? I don't think I had an issue before getting this off, but y'all see my wonderful wrinkles. And Inglot will stay, but I remember saying before, I thought we're not going to do that. We're going to use we're going to use these MAC pencils. I was going to say something. This is what's on my inner rims and lower lash line is this one, because it does look like a sickly reddish type tone. And I have this out because I was going to like trace out what I'm doing, but y'all see that already went out the window. I'm already just painting my face. And so, and it is fun to me just to do stuff, just to do something new. And some people say, I just love like how you just go for it. It's just fun, like just putting stuff all over your face. Well, for me, it's fun anyway. I enjoy it. And I enjoy, like when I have someone that says, or if they look at one of the pictures I did on myself and they're like, yeah, can you do that on me? I'm like, absolutely. And then I'll be like, okay, well, do you want it exactly the same? Because y'all know I make things my own real quick. And I do want my looks to be like, I want them to be unique creations. And they're like, no, who wants anything perfect? And I'm like, I love you. And that's the thing. Like, who's to say what's perfect or not? If you like it, I love it for you. You know what I'm saying? So just do what you want to do, wear what you want to wear, and just rock it. And what they see is your confidence. And so it's not always about, because some looks I don't really care for me, or I'm like, and people be like, wow, like that's really nice. And I learned just to say thank you. Because who am I to tell somebody that the look that they love, that they're complimenting me on, I think is shitty. You know what I'm saying? So just say thank you. And that encourages me to just keep doing stuff. This is going to be the fun part. Of course, her lips are a lot smaller than mine, meaning smaller this way, not as wide, I guess is the word I should be using. So let's take a beat and come over here to the nose while I figure that out. Well, this is fun. I love painting my face. I could have used oil-based paints. I could use water-activated paints. Why am I using Inglot that ain't going to move? Right. I know. I'm using something that is not going to move, which is really cool. I had these before, and I got rid of them because I wasn't using them that much. And then when I started doing makeup professionally and more troll play stuff, the water activated paints did not work with the stencils. And so, excuse me if you heard that in my throat. And so I purchased a bunch of these for my kit. The PAO is 9 months. And so they're back in my possession, in my stash. Because we crossed 9 months. All right, let me close this for now. It's really a simple look. But as I said, tedious. Not difficult, but it could be tedious. I'm trying to figure out where do I want this. This is dry. Okay, because we are going to go over that. I want to... Okay, we're not done with the red. Excuse me, right there, rumble in the jungle. For those of you who are more or less regulars here, I have started, well, not started, but I realized I've been posting at least, twice a week on my community tab. So that's something to look out for as well, as far as the videos and the live streams and stuff like that. I think everything else is going to be the purple. Why I still have my mouth like purple? Okay, I think this is a nice look. It's definitely different. All right, so we're going to put that down. I'm going to put these away since we're not tracing out anything. I know I have these high hopes and high aspirations, and it's like, girl, dreams done went out the window. So we're not done with the red. I want to do the lip. I'm nervous about the lip. Okay, so I'm nervous about the lip. See, this I should have traced out, right? Since I'm so nervous about it. And then I got quiet. Ooh, let me not get excited. Did y'all hear that in my stomach? Dang, did y'all hear that? I ate too fast, y'all. I was hungry. Wow. I like it. Girl. Okay, let me calm down. This would have been good as a live. Wow. And then when you try something new and you like it, that's something else in your toolkit. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm excited, y'all. This is pretty cool. And she does that stuff down her neck, blue and red. But like I said, I don't want to mess up clothes. You know what I'm saying? This lip, y'all. All right, the brows. Man. Shit. Putting inglot on top of inglot, y'all, it's like, Instead of leaning in, girl, why don't you just move the mirror closer? Let me go back to the red real quick because the tail is thicker. I'm excited, y'all. I didn't put more on the brush yet. Is there? Yeah, there's still some in the brush. Oh, man. Ow! Okay, caught it. My thick thighs caught it. Whatever's left in this brush, because it does look like quite a bit still in this brush. Inglot don't play. Inglot does not play. Not at all. Okay. I know I got quiet. I don't like when I get quiet because I don't want to be boring. I'm putting inglot on top of inglot because that red is dried down, so it's like, no, we're not going to layer. That one is up a whole lot higher than the other side. Wow, y'all. Okay, let me see. Bring you up higher. Over here. Y'all, this is nice. Oh my gosh. I can feel it dry on my lip. Oh my gosh. Just trying to get a feel for where it is. Y'all. This is so much fun. Don't be afraid to do new things. Don't be afraid to experiment. And her face is this way, so you can't see like how far back this goes. But she does have, I think I'm gonna put the picture, so at least y'all can see what the inspiration was. So do I want to take this all the way out? But see, I don't know if it goes all the way out. Let's take it all the way out. I'm getting excited. So that means taking the red all the way up. All the way up. Oh, it's dry now on the brush. Almost. Let me drag it. Alright. Okay. Alright, we're done with the red. I says I keep. Yes, this is dry. Okay. Back to the purple. Where is... And also, I should have used a thinner brush for both the red and the purple. And I got two of these sitting here. So part of the issue with these being wide is the shape of the brush. Even I'm trying to use the tip or the side of it, it's not always working. But that's okay, because you know why? The look is what we make it. Yeah. Y'all, this is nice. This is nice. Oh man. Y'all, putting inglot on top of inglot is just wanting to drag my skin. And I have extra skin. I call this area the puff because it's puffy. It's puffy. This is nice. We were gonna use these. I put the Did I put them to, where did I put them eyeliners? Those are the lip liners. Where, excuse me, where did I put, because I said what was on my, this is what I had used on my inner rims and lower lash line. So we're going to probably just, excuse me, just use that one. That's not going to look right. Damn it. So I'm going to end up, now we're just going to use these inglots. All right, all right, all right. Yo, this is so much fun. I know I keep getting quiet. I don't put music to my videos because for me, it's, what's the word? It's overstimulating. Because the music, even if it's low, competes with in my ear to the person's voice. And depending on the song and what the tones are, sometimes it's actually quite annoying. And it's just how my ear picks up sound. I am sensitive sometimes to different tones. And so I usually just end up putting the video on very low, if not muted, and then just watch what they're doing with the look. And so that's why I don't use sound in my videos. Because of how it affects me hearing it in other people's videos. Wow. So you see how we have like two different faces. It's like, who are we? Who are you? Who are you? She doesn't have this line on her nose, but we're going to put it there because to me it just looked out of place. Yeah, to me that looks a lot better. Wow, y'all, this is nice. This is nice. Okay, let me calm down. I'm going to do the lip last. I had to think about that one. This would have been a good live, except I keep not talking. And I do like to chit chat with y'all when I'm doing the lives. I want to do more with that. She does have a line here, and there's a line right here. But I can't tell. Is there any of the, well, hers is red and blue. I don't know if there's any of the blue over here. So what we're going to do, because we're going to make it our own. Wait a minute, let me hold up on that thought. It looks to be, okay, this I did different. That's what's throwing me off. Because I was like, that doesn't look like that. Does it ever look like the picture? I have gotten close a few times. When it matters the most to me is when it's a member's request and they send a picture. That is hella thick. So let's make this thick too. This is fun. Just sitting here, just doing new things. And seeing how it's going to turn out. She does have more foo-foo lashes. Am I going to do that? I don't know. Yo no sé, amigo. I have a question. When talking to, or like on the news, especially with the deportation stuff, you know, you hear them talking about abuelas and tios. Abuelas are grandmothers, tios are uncles. But it's always abuelas and tios. What about grandfathers and aunties? That's what I'll be wondering. Like, what about grandfathers and aunties? Why is it always abuelas and tios? You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you noticed that. We're going to go back to the red. Have y'all noticed that? Because I be wondering, like, why is it always just them two? Abuelas and tios. There is a blurring factor with some of this, and you know what? I'm gonna use let me put that Acai Sky and Watermelon Bliss, because there is some shading in between the colors. Like, it's not just blank spaces like that. I want to I want to do that. Did I go up under my ear? Nope. I gotta do this lip, y'all. So I'm gonna use, maybe I'll use these brushes for the shading, or maybe this brush, because this is thick a little bit. Maybe I'll use that one for the shading in between the colors. And we gotta do blue on the other, purple on the other side. I know I keep getting quiet. And so even though, as I was saying, it's not hard. It's just time consuming and tedious. We gotta do the lip. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Did I just do that the wrong way? No. I'm looking like, where's the Cupid's bow? I had to draw the other line. It is so refreshing. I know I mentioned mirror earlier. We both, chatting back and forth, we realized that we both love pushing ourselves to do different things, to do new things, and not caring if we mess up, make a mistake. Let's fix it, see what happens. Because if you're doing your own creation, who's to say you messed up or not? Because it's not like you have a guidebook on this is how you do what you're doing. Man, look at this. This is something. Are we gonna close up this this purple? And I don't have. I'm gonna have to find a purple shadow. That's what I need to look for. So we are done with both of these. Excuse me. I was looking at something, but alright, so we don't need these lip liners. We don't need this other lipstick because we were going to use this for the purple. Because her lip, she has it traced with the red and then off center with the blue, and it's just gloss in the middle, but we have color in the middle. I need a, don't touch my face. Where is there a purple? Where do I have? let me go ahead with the Size Kind Watermelon Bliss and get that going. I'm gonna put this under here. This is a Size Sky. I could have used a brush for this. I mean, an eyeshadow. Well, this is an eyeshadow brush, but a regular like shader brush. I put my brushes, that container, in the kitchen to make space for my laptop over here, because usually I have it propped up sideways, slanted on top of my palettes. And I'm like, you know what, I don't do that. And then I want to be looking over here, I can just like glance right there. I just noticed she has green eyes. Like just now, and I really just noticed that. Because I was looking at the lines so much and how she duplicated her features. I wasn't really looking at her eye look, or her eye color, I should say. Oh, that's nice. And this is in between, but I don't want to drag. I don't think it's going to drag the Inglot since it's dry. Yo, this is a bold blush. Oh, that looks nice. Maybe I'll just use this and not be concerned with trying to find a purple. Just use this for shading. Okay. Yep, so I think we're just going to use this one. Someone messaged me asking if I do body painting. And I didn't see the message for days. So when I did see the message, I wrote back saying, can you give me more details? Because if it's like full body painting, number one, that's a lot of product. I would probably need like a pint of oil-based paint and like an actual, you know, paintbrush if I'm gonna do like a full body. And I don't have enough product to do that. And I would use oil-based over the water activated, because the water activated I would have to keep mixing. I mean, keep putting water in it, whereas the oil-based, it is what it is. But for whole body, I'm gonna need more than that. And so if they do get back to me, they can buy the products, because I don't want to buy extra products just for one job. You know what I'm saying? Or factor that into the price. Like if they say they want like this color, that color, just order like huge tubs of that, or as big as they have it. Because some stuff does come in like 5-ounce jars. So I would just, you know, get something like that if they have the colors that they're wanting. So I have questions. So I need details on what exactly is it that you're, like what's the details of the job that you're thinking of. And I was surprised at the request, but then when I thought about it, I wasn't. Ooh, I like how, yeah, this is it. Because it's blurring together, even though you can tell it's two different colors. This is nice. And so it was interesting. What I find curious is, like, my website still needs work, but it's there, right? When I'm being contacted, it's like, you know, they don't have websites. If it's a photographer, like, they don't send their website. Like, who are you? And how do I know that this is legit? And if you're a student photographer, that's okay. Just say that. And so what I hear myself saying is, I'm a little leery of people who have like no credentials. And not credentials as in licensed or whatever, but have a website or something that I can look at and be like, okay, this is the work they do. If they're on FET, I got pictures on my FET wall. They can see the work that I do, some of the work that I do, and some of the people I've worked on. But you're coming to me and you have like nothing. You know, I'm like, am I going to have to hire security when I come to wherever you are, your studio or whatever you say? You know what I mean? Safety is a thing, you know? And this stuff never came up before because I was mostly working at events. But now that I'm branching out, it's like, do I want to branch out? But I need a bigger brush though. What about, damn it. Do I want to try this one? I'm going to take this one. That same blush. Because we have this wider space to do. And so, like, if I would have just kept using that smaller brush, like, girl, you're going to be here like another hour. Damn, we've been here 46 minutes already. This is nice. This is really nice. And her picture does look, it looks simple but complex at the same time because it is tedious, you know what I mean? But it's really, it just caught my eye. Like when I first seen it, I was like, ooh. And I knew I wanted to do it. It was just like, what could I do it for? This eye is twitching. Damn it. When it twitches, it obscures my vision because I'm looking at it to see if I see it twitching because I can feel it. So it kind of like goes like that, which when your eye is closed or like if you're winking, it obstructs your vision because it's closing off your eye. I don't know. It's starting to look like racing stripes. I did not mean to go over that purple back there. Let me be a little more careful. It doesn't matter because it's like you're doing your own thing anyway, right? Right. I do want a purple shadow. But I don't have one. I do have one. I'm lying. I got all kinds of shadows. Shoot, I got that darn bright palette which has all sorts of shades in there. I'm not gonna bother doing down here. There is some already down here from earlier. Part of me is feeling like I'm ready to be done. And I think because the bulk of it's done now, it's just shading to, you know. And this is tedious as well, trying not to put this on top of the purple. We do know that when ink dries, it ain't gonna move. But if this was oil-based paint I was using, it would be slipping and sliding. And I would be like, wait, that's not good. We're gonna take this brush. This brush has got to be like 25 years old. If y'all remember the Sephora silver handle brushes, how long ago was that? And this one, I believe it says cream shadow brush. And so I have it where I have the brushes for my eye primer and concealer. What does it say? The number, I want to say 52, but I'm not sure. Because look at the words. The words are almost the same color as the handle. Number 25. 26. Damn it. Why am I spending so much time looking at this? Number 25. Cream eyeshadow, it says. This brush is hella old. That's why when if I have a brush less than a year and it starts falling apart or it's having issues, I'm just like, excuse me, sir, ma'am, non-binary, non-gender, transgender, non-gender. Did I say that already? Because I have brushes, y'all, excuse me, that I've had for like, 15, 20, 25 years. And so you mean like this new thing is not as good as like the old technology when they were making brushes back then? And that's why I do be feeling some kind of way sometimes. Like, because I got a lot of stuff that I've had for a very long time. I like this. We are duplicitous. We are transforming. I do want a purple shadow. What can I pull real? Oh, hi-fi color from NAC. There is a purple in here, and it is called Dark Room. Is that going to be dark enough? It's going to be dark enough. Shit. So we're going to take this brush. Oh yeah. Okay. Just to put along that line. Ooh. And y'all know I love shading. This is so dry on my lips. This ink. Huh. I think that was it. I'm gonna put some right here too, even though we put that other shade there. Then you see I'm not being precise. I like this. And there is shading around her lip. There is some blurriness around her lip. But we're not going to do all that. This is fun. And it's even more fun like when I realize I really like it. Because like I'm looking right now at where exactly I am on my face doing this right here. But when I look like this or I look here, it's just like, oh. I love the nose. I love the lip. This, her lines are more thin. So I'm not really feeling this. Just need some shading, some more shading. Ooh, my hat is pulling on the hair. You're like, girl, you ain't got that much hair. I know, that's why it's surprising that this hat was pulling on my hair. And when I cut my hair, I do shape up my neck, so it ain't much back there. So what's going on? Huh? What is going on? And yes, I know I have other color there. The red, no, not the red, Watermelon Bliss. Y'all really like this. I'm gonna take some of this. Is that showing up? Yep. This is nice. There's been this thing when, I'm sure other places too, but I'm not on the top tick. But on YouTube, like Linnell and I'll Be Sure are in a relationship and people are being judgmental. And somebody's comment was like, love doesn't have to do with looks. And I'm like, so you're saying that one of them two don't look attractive to you? Like, what does that mean? So I found myself annoyed because to say love don't have to do with looks, okay, that means you're saying one of them is a little ugly in your opinion. You know what I'm saying? So just like, I'll tell you this. That was a Side Sky we used, didn't we? I'll tell you this. Even if somebody doesn't find somebody else attractive, the person that they treat with love and respect will find them attractive. Because it's not, and like and so I do agree with what they're saying. Like, love doesn't deal with looks, But it's like if somebody is treating you right, you don't care about how they look. Because they're treating you right. They're treating you, respectfully. And, they got your back. So, yeah, I take that back. I don't agree with that. Because when you care about somebody, it doesn't matter how they look. Period. With a T. So even to say, love isn't always about looks. It's never about looks. That's shallow. And so she was saying how, 80%, Linnell was saying, I think she was talking to Jack K. Harry, I think. And she was saying people were saying, she don't deserve him. And, he would with her. And she said, he's with me too. Like, yeah, I'm with him and he's with me. So, and I find it unfortunate. And I really don't think she cares. Because she has a strong personality. So she was just talking to Jack K about, yeah, people say this, people say that. But she didn't say it like she felt any kind of way. And it is true. Oh, he with her? Or they be like, oh, she's with him? She's like, he's with me too. So it go both ways. And so some of the comments, I'm like, mind your own business, you miserable bitch or bastard. Like, why do you care what somebody else look like and whether they look appealing to you or not? I like this right here. Like this, if I can take that off, like even just the brows, the nose, the lip, and here, I'm digging it. But we done did it. We done did it. So this is duplicitous transformation. We're one person, one way, and then we grow and evolve, and then we start shifting. And what I like about this look, now that I'm really looking at it on myself, is when we change, even if our way of thinking changes, it's not overnight done. We're a new person, right? It takes time. It takes steps. Sometimes it takes self-awareness. It takes consciousness to say, I don't want to be this bitch no more. Let me make it a point to be nicer to people. So it doesn't happen overnight. And so what I'm seeing is that shift between, okay, we were here and now we're moving over here. Yeah, this right here, I'm not really feeling. And this, I'm not either, but you don't really see that. But like the brows, the nose, the lip, and this right here. So this is our transformation. Who we used to be, who we are becoming, and who we will become before we repeat that cycle. Because even when we grow, we don't stay at that level. We don't stay that person that we change into because, well, some people do. Unfortunately, some people get stuck. But if you're one of the people who refuse to be stuck and you want to continue learning and growing and being better, then yeah, you're always going to be shifting, hopefully, in a positive direction. And so, yeah, this I'm not feeling it. But like this right here, so maybe I'll do picture. Look, I'm so damn pale. What the fuck? Excuse me. So this is the look, y'all. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about transforming and growing and learning and being duplicitous. It's okay to be duplicitous. That's a part of the process, and not being duplicitous intentionally, but we learn, we grow, we evolve. And so, yeah, you might have always known me to be a certain way, and then you don't see me for 10 years, and when you meet me, you be like, damn, you different. Well, yeah, I grew up. You know what I mean? So let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about the look, particularly just this part right here. Because this part I really like. And you know what? And this is what I'm saying about when you just do stuff and then you learn. I would do this again without this. Or I would just make the lines a lot thinner like how hers are. But I would just leave this out. I would just leave all of this out. Cover that up. And I would just do just this right here. Just the eyes, the nose, and the chin area. That's what I would do. I don't even know if I would do that because it's bolder lines. Whereas these, you can tell is one thing and then it's shifting where this is like, girl, what is that? But, and that's what I'm saying. So that's what I learned. I would do it again, but I would tweak it. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this. And if I did do something like this, it would be more so in line with my contour and not this whole area, because hers is just the contour, like right here. Look, this is kind of it, but the lines do look different. But yeah, yeah. So that's what I learned. And I think I might do that sometime in the future. Because this right here is bomb. This what you see right here. This will be a picture. Thank you. Yeah, so this is going to be it. Thank you, Leah. I don't even know if she watches my videos, but thank you, Leah, for this collab, and thank you for the thoughts that it prompted in me. And so when people say, oh, it's a collab, just do a look. For me, as you can tell, when I do the looks, like there's a meaning behind why I'm doing the look that I'm doing. And so I want to thank you, Leah, for that, for just giving me more things to think about. And it's like, even though, you know, we're doing makeup looks, the thoughts that I'm having are beyond makeup. It's about me as a person, about you as a person, and encouraging you to grow and to try new things, and that type of stuff. And so I hope you found the conversation enjoyable. I hope it gave you something to think about. And do check out Leah on Instagram. I will put her link down below. Yeah, I was thinking about the other collab, the Triple M collab. When I do those videos, I will post her look in her channel in the description box. And so we are going to go. Thank you so much. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon.